Oh, well, yeah, welcome back again to Cannon Fodder, another segment of the Cannon Project, and I've got the how can I call these lads here? The likely lads? No, the
Right
A
one.
team maybe A team, yeah, maybe the A team could be. I don't know which one. I'm trying to think of a name.
The three wise men.
Oh, there you go. What about me?
Hey, the four wise men.
Anyway, welcome back on Cannon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans literally all over the world. Yeah, we've got the Cannon Project, the latest instalment, and we're going to be talking about the game against Brentford, and we're going to be talking about the youngsters. A lot of burden on their shoulders and a misfire in Lacazette. So see you on the other side of this music intro. Yes, indeed. Welcome back to another segment of the Cannon Project. Quickly becoming one of the favourite segments on this platform of ours. But if you guys wouldn't mind subscribing, and Paul, you still haven't sent me the link to your channel, have you?
I thought I did.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Still waiting.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can sort it out.
I know. I'll do it.
All right, guys. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind just subscribing to the channel, help the community grow over here. It is a community. I'm not going for this cyberspace stuff. It's a community. So join the community over here. Right. So for the intros, to my left, my right. Brother Isaac, how's it going, man?
Hello, how's everyone? I'm happy to be back once more to discuss matters to do with Arsenal. Actually, this is the greatest club of them all. Let nobody cheat you that there is another greater club than this.
Good start. The check will be in the post, Isaac. Good start. And below, John the Geezer Gooner. John, how's it going, man?
Come on, you Reds. Yeah, fantastic weekend. We're back on track. Here we go.
Long may it continue.
Yeah, I think they're playing really well. I'm loving it. And like Isaac says up there, we are the best team in the world. Don't anybody forget that.
Paul, you got that look on your face, mate.
Which one?
How's it going, Paul? You all right, mate?
Been another good weekend. I think job well done, and I think everyone showed the whole is shown now where we are and what we want to achieve as a club, as a team. And the way they come out was like brilliant. It shows that we are going right direction and we are pushing. We're pushing to get back to where we were. So that's what we need to aim for. But good to be back on.
First question out to Isaac. I mean, when I look at Bukayo Saka and Smith-Rowe, are they overrated? And do we place too much responsibility on their shoulders, Isaac?
Number one, they are not overrated. They're actually receiving the praise they deserve. They are doing a greater job. Were it not for these two lads we right now, they've done a great job carrying us on their shoulders. They are great prospects. They have done a marvelous job. You could see from their early ages, they were magical in their styles of play, and I'm glad that they are accomplishing a lot in their ages. Right now, yes, we have players a lot in them. We are heavily dependent on the two of them. We also have to actually bring into the fold Martinelli and we have Odegaard. The four of them need to be banging in goals because we cannot totally depend on Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka. We need to distribute goals over because the two of them aren't just going to carry us all through the season. We've seen Lacazette is misfiring. We all know Lacazette, in his best, he can give you 15 goals. He can't give you more. If he could give us 20, I could have say something else. But in his prime, he gives you 15 goals.
Yeah.
And here is Saka and Smith-Rowe, who given us 8 or 10 or 6 or 8. We need to bring in more. We should have like a team responsibility so that everybody could score. I remember, is it last year, Alex? If not last year, the year before last year, I say that we need to distribute our goals all over the field. We need to have strikers who bang in goals like 20 goals. We need to have midfielders who can give you 15 goals. And we also need defenders who can convert set pieces so that we can compete with the elite. We say that a good striking force cannot win you leagues, but a good defense will win you. Definitely, we have a good defense. We need to improve in our conversion rates.
John, same question to you. You know, a lot of responsibility on young shoulders. Overrated?
No, they're not overrated at all. They're the diamonds in the pack, them two boys, and they really need to be nurtured, And I think this is where Laka, we're slating him for not scoring goals, but we're not looking at what he's doing with them two young lads. He's really brought them on, and he's possibly worth more than the goals that he should be scoring us. But we do, them two young fellas and Martinelli, to me, it's key we come fourth, because if we don't come fourth, we're in severe danger of losing them three, or at least one of them three. Do you know what I mean? But no, not overrated. If anything, underrated.
Well said, John. Actually, well said. But before I go to Paul, so Martinelli is available now, John. So does he come straight back into the 11, or what happens?
Well, my heart says stick him up front. I'm always wanting to see him up front. But no, I think, what's the name, Arteta, he's going to stick with the same team, I would have thought, and maybe change it around. I mean, bottom line is, no offence to Brentford, this is a team we should have been beating at the beginning of the season. So 2-0, that's the result we should have always had and always should have. But a win is a win. It's unlucky we didn't get a clean sheet, actually. We did deserve that. But that didn't happen. But no, Martinelli, I'm always put him up front. Just give him one game, but I don't think he's got the luxury of doing it now. He needs to win every single game. He needs points every single game. So there's no way he's going to take that risk. I think he's just going to stick with what it is. And Lacazette will get a goal. He will get. He's not going to get loads of goals. That's never been his game. But as I say, if he can marshal them boys, and maybe he's taking a bit too much on. Personally, I'd say give Kieran Tierney the captaincy, take a bit of pressure off of Laka and see what happens now. I think them boys know their responsibilities. They're level-headed fellas. They love Arsenal. They know exactly what to do, They've got a leader there now.
I don't want to make too much of this, but with the armband, Lacazette gets subbed off.
Yeah, weird.
Nketiah goes to Xhaka. Xhaka says, no, thank you. No. Jog on, mate, jog on. Ends up at Tierney. What do you make of that, John?
It's just ridiculous how this armband is getting thrown around like sweeties, you know what I mean? One person has that job. Don't even swap the armband. To me, that captain don't come off. That captain don't come off until he's dropped dead. You know what I mean? He ain't coming off unless he's on the stretcher. But now, I don't know what they're playing at now. So for me, anyone that wants it, throw it in the air. Here, mate. Zaka shouldn't be anywhere near it. He's had his chance, you know what I mean? He's had his chance, that's it. But I think we are sort of looking too much into it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Previous form, but just make one man the captain and leave it at all this vice captain stuff is crazy.
Yeah. Paul, your thoughts? Youngsters, overrated, overburdened?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of pressure on them. There's no question about that. And a club like Arsenal shouldn't be putting the pressure too much on them because they've got to develop, they've got to grow. And with that comes the responsibility and the kind of bedding into that kind of first team football, senior football, getting involved. My only concern is that because they've been fast tracked and they've got the limelight and they're constantly in and constantly bashed in the squad to literally keep playing the minutes and getting the plaudits. They obviously, if they're good enough, they'll play. But are they getting too much too soon? And I use this too much too soon is because I think youth are getting too much too early. So again, we're looking at say like the contracts that potentially could be up, and we're already talking about potential that Saka might be looking at moving, and you're suddenly thinking, just saying the worst case scenario, that it does move in the summer, and that's the worst. We don't obviously want it, but someone's going to come in with absolute ridiculous money for him and pay him an absolute unreal amount of money, and for that age, I just think it's a bit too much. Whereas that you kind of just got to ground them and you've got to allow them to kind of come through progressively. But as I say, if they're good, they'll play. But as I say, they just need to not be burnt out and play too much. For their benefit, I think more than anything, we don't want another Jack Wilshere. We don't want another a youngster that's played so many minutes early on and then gets burnt out. They're not. Wilshire's not the only one that's been like that, and they've got to be able to be nurtured. And I think Martinelli's been kind of dealt with like that, where he's kind of been given a little break to allow him to come back in and get full fitness and get the confidence back in himself as well. Because don't forget that gets knocked as well. Certainly, if you've got a knee injury and you're a quick, fast player, reliant on your feet and your legs, where's that confidence in your legs after that kind of injury and being out for that long? So there's a lot of things that you have to like take in, but yeah, not overrated at all. They're showing it. That's the key.
And with Martinelli, would you put him straight back in the 11 or on the bench?
It's a tricky one because you look at Smith-Rowe coming in.
Yeah.
And the way we play and the way you can cut in and stay out on wide and then kind of cut in and play a bit more central, it's quite good. But the way we play and the way how fluid we are with moving around and switching around in positions, it's anyone can kind of come in. But to bring Martinelli in, you then lose the top scorer. And this is what I'm saying. It's now he's the top scorer.
Yeah,
for us, and then you're suddenly thinking, well, we're not playing him, and then he's on the bench. Is that not enough for Smith-Rowe? So then suddenly you've got it's a balancing act. Again, they're probably going to play equal amount of minutes, I imagine, over the course of the end of the season. But I think it's going to be a like for like. One of them's going to come in, one's going to just drop down and do whatever. But going on the performance, then I would probably say Smith-Rowe probably will stay on for this next game with Martinelli kind of just coming on and making an impact. But don't forget, he's made a misjudgment for the sending off as well. So that might have just clouded him a little bit, just to give him a little grounding, just to maybe say a couple of games just off a little bit. Didn't affect us, but yeah, it was a silly decision as well. But he's put himself in a situation where he's got the two bookings and off. So it might just be just a time just to kind of give him a couple of games as a sub or on the bench, and then let Smith-Rowe kind of come in and he's obviously been on the bench for a while as well. Now he's fit. let him have a go, and then you can just keep alternating around, and they'll be fresh. Don't forget, in 4 weeks' time, we've got 3 games in 6 days.
Yeah.
So we've got to mix it up, and we've got to keep players fresh and keep them ticking over and getting them match ready. And that's the key. That's the bigger picture overall.
And just finally, Paul, with Lacazette literally just misfiring, is that a major concern? But does he not bring other facets to the way that he plays? If he's not scoring goals, link up. So,
well, he is. He's always there. He's dropping into the deeper areas when he gets the ball or looking for the ball. He does link up. He had a couple of good little touches in the game, and yes, he does need. He's another one of the strikers that needs quite a few chances to get one goal. We've had enough of those strikers over the years where we create. Well, just think back the amount of chances that we always historically used to create to then getting the goal scored. It was just like, we'd always be reliant on creating so many chances, but then still struggling. You know, like Giroud, you had that was the main one, wasn't it? It was the way he'd kind of do it. He'd have his one-touch finishes, but he'd still need a few chances to kind of register, and I think that was why he kind of ended up heading off. But yeah, he does need to be a bit more clinical. But again, he's coming to the end of his career there, and you're suddenly thinking, if he's not clinical now, he's not going to suddenly learn it now. This is where he is, and again, it's the situation. That's it. I think he had stuff for the youth and playing that role and that figure. But yeah, again, captaincy probably is just like Aubameyang. I just think it was a distraction on him and added pressure that a striker probably doesn't need. And then when you're a striker that isn't scoring goals, when you've got the captaincy on it as well, and you're focusing on that captaincy side of things, whether or not it was a good captain or not, or could do it well or badly, it was just maybe affecting how he kind of deals with games. A lot of pressure kind of going on. Captain of Arsenal, I've got to score goals, but then not showing it or not actually doing it. No doubt he could do it. Hence why he's done it in Barcelona just this weekend. But there's there was no talk about it, was there? We know he could do it, and what he could do, we just weren't showing it for us. That's it. But
Paul, very quick before I go to Isaac, are we making too much of the storm in the teacup about the armband being passed around on Saturday?
I think it was a recent change. I'm guessing that they've done where they've kind of set the vice captain up, and they've probably gone and said Tierney's next up.
Yeah,
the Lacker's got it, and then again it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think for Xhaka, if he picks up the armband, it'll be ridiculed for picking up the armband. Oh, he shouldn't be wearing the shirt. He turns it away or says, "Oh no, it's not me. It's Kieran Tierney." Do you know what I mean? It's one of those. He can't do nothing right. If he goes and picks up the armband, it's like, what's he doing with the armband? And then all of a sudden he says, "Oh no, that's not right." But again, a simple mistake probably from Nketiah, where he's just probably by default kind of just gone to Xhaka on the pitch, armband, and he's just gone maybe straight to him, and then suddenly realised, oh no. Yeah, I've got to try and get it on there. But at least he's wore the armband for a little bit. Before he knows.
Isaac, have we made too much about the captain's armband? And like Paul says, Aubameyang scores a hat trick, and everyone say, "Oh, you see, we shouldn't have let him go in the first place."
Did you see his third goal? Was it a goal?
I didn't bother to watch it.
He scored a brace, not a hat trick.
Yeah.
And I had the same discussion in the morning. And I said this: Aubameyang will flourish in the Spanish La Liga because it is not a quick league; it is a slow league, and Aubameyang has pace, so he will most probably flourish in that league. If you took a team like Leeds or Brentford, to Spanish La Liga, they will be up there in the table, because the league there is slow and is more of technically gifted players. They flourish in that league. But you come to the EPA and you go to Serie A, is more of a physical game and more of a quick and full of speed game in the EPA. Actually, someone was saying, like, right now the qualification in the PL, you must be quick, you must be very fast. That is qualification number one, and then skill set comes number two. Back to the armband issue, is it wasn't a big deal for me. Actually, I would have loved to hear what Xhaka told Nketiah. Would have loved to hear, but it's unfortunate that we can't get that from the microphones all around the field. Probably I would love to think he told him that no, it isn't me, it is Tierney who's next in line. We were used to it was Aubameyang. If it wasn't Aubameyang, it was Lacazette who was deputizing for him. If Lacazette wasn't there, it was going to be Rob Holding or Xhaka. Those were the ones who were down the line. But I'm seeing a change that is coming up. And actually, Arteta was asked about Odegaard being captain.
Yeah.
And his comments were that he is a great personality, he is a great leader. He's had conversations with his national team coach, and he tells him what a great leader he is. It is going to be challenging actually for Arteta to pick another captain. He is going to pick between either Odegaard or Tierney if Lacazette is going to go. But for the time being, I believe Lacazette is captain.
Yeah.
Though it has not been officially announced, I believe that he is officially captain, given the way he has been captaining since Aubameyang was stripped of captaincy. So it isn't a big deal. You know, anything to do with Arsenal is a big deal with the media. You could see things going wrong in some other teams, or things could go wrong with Liverpool or with Man City. But if anything small goes down in the Arsenal dressing room, that will be sung throughout the week. So we should get used to that. It wasn't a big deal. We are a big team, actually. That's why we are always all over the media. That's why we always be all over the media. And something actually, before I forget, Brother Alex, I watched the Man United game versus Leeds. There were a lot of tackles that were thrown in. And I was saying to myself, wow, if that was Arsenal, those would have been several red cards. Actually, I'll say there were tackles that McTominay. Actually, there was a concussion because of his tackles, and he actually managed a yellow card towards the end of the game. If that was Arsenal, believe me, we've built a reputation for ourselves. We could have had several red cards during the day.
John, very quickly before I go into the live chat, with the Invincibles, you knew who the captain was. If the captain got injured, you know where the armband was going. You knew.
That's what I'm saying, Alex. It's ridiculous. Just give one man the captaincy, keep him on the pitch at all the game, if possible, and forget about all this vice captain business. In my eyes, just look at people like Coney Adams, Vieira. No one messed with them. I can't even remember them. Did they have armbands, swapping them around with other players? You know, it was a bit. I think with that other little scenario, it was just a bit of like embarrassment, isn't it? You know, Saka's like, nah, it's not mine anymore, lads. Sorry about that. I can't. Yeah, it just made us a little bit stupid. I don't think there's nothing in it, but yeah, this Arteta, this is where he falls short of management. He's just got to say, this is the captain, this is the only one, and he's here to the rest of the season. But I do think with Lacazette, well, I respect him. He's expected to score goals, and he's also trying to mentor these young lads. That's a really, really difficult job. You know, he's probably trying to concentrate on his own game, yet he's still got to try and keep them young fellas sort of sorted. So, you know, you've got to give him a bit of credit for that. I think he will get us goals eventually, but he's not going to be a prolific goal scorer. You know, he's never. If you're expecting that, we're basically playing without a striker by the looks of it for the rest of the season, unless Martinelli goes up front or something like that. But I can't see it. I just think that Arteta's going to play a bit of a defensive game from now until the end of the season. Do you know what I mean? Nick a goal here and there against the big teams. We're all right against the Brentfords and the Wolveses, but we all know when we come up against the big boys, we struggle, and we need every single point we can get now. Yeah, the captaincy should be an honour. Alba, he disrespected that quite badly, and the fans in my eyes. You know, he got off lightly. As much as I loved him as a player, he did disrespect that honour he had. Yeah.
All right, just one new segment before we go into actual live chat. Super Jack has finally found a club willing to take him on, a Danish club, AGF. And he actually says, I'm in a place in my career where I need to get started again. Wiltshire will apparently wear the number 10 shirt. So, like I said from the morning show, I wish him all the best. Finally, he's got a club. You know, age 30, the time has gone so very, very quick. But I'm sure the lads will, you know, of course, echo my thoughts there. Wish him all the best. He was never going to actually play for Arsenal again. Actually, Arthur did say, Jack, I don't want you to sign for Arsenal. You can train, but I don't want you to sign for Arsenal. But wish him all the best, Jack Wiltshire.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go into the live chat. Unless Paul, do you want to say anything before I go into the live chat?
It's a great move for him. In the end of the day,
Yeah.
He needs to play football, and it'll be somewhere where he can kind of do it at a slightly different environment. And I'm looking forward to going to Denmark. Actually, now when we're all going there, quite nice to turn up and watch one of these games with him in there. But nice place to go to. But yeah, as I say, he needs it. But he's done fantastic when he's been training with us as well. He's been well spoke of with the youngsters and stuff. So he's done wonders, I think, within the squad there from what he's done training with him. So good luck to him.
Yeah. Are you surprised that a British club did not come in for him, Paul?
Yeah, no. It's a massive risk, isn't it? And you're suddenly thinking, all right, he's fit, he's training, but then we know the physicality of everything.
Yeah.
And then when we then talk about the championship, we know that's not even an easier path. So you then look at maybe it is a time to maybe go somewhere else a little bit. Well, more of a different. I don't really follow too much Danish football, but I'm guessing it's not as physical as what we see week in, week out here. Pretty damn certain that's right. But he's got a chance to kind of get his minutes and get it back and get match fitness back, and then it's only to the end of the season, so he's then got the option to then maybe move back once he's got game time. That's the end of the day. He's getting game time, and then in the summer he can reassess and see where he's at. Himself in the window.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, let's go into the live chat for the first time, and it's a Canon project. I've got one of our moderators, Ashley, says, "Hey up, Gooners, and welcome to Canon 4 TV and the Crazy Gang." There you go, the Crazy Gang. Sounds familiar. We've got Ali who says, "Subscribe." With some flames there. Lucky Spurs, I recognise this. I think it's a mate of John. No distractions this season, and the best we can hope for is top 4. and we are the beast team, or the best team in the world. It's not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough. John?
No, I agree, mate. No, it ain't good enough.
The Assembled says, good afternoon, panel. With the deepest respect, Isaac, take away Saka and Smith-Rowe and Martinelli goals. What league position would Arsenal be in? In fact, the real issue is central midfield. Thoughts, Isaac?
We need a Xhaka replacement, which I've said
really?
which I've said all along. Xhaka will eventually go. We've had goals from the flanks. We need yes the midfield to be scoring, but the way in which this midfield is designed right now is like Xhaka is sometimes playing a box-to-box midfielder, and we know that is not his strongest attributes. We need someone who's strong enough to play a box-to-box midfielder so that the others can flourish.
Okay, and Paul, your thoughts? Take away the goals, Saka, Smith-Rowe, Martinelli. What position would we be in?
It's hard to say, isn't it? Yeah, no, we would be that mid-table team, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I think it's one of those where, we have historically wanted to get more goals in midfield, and we missed those kind of goals that we had. We used to get like the Vieira goals that would come and be chipped in. You'd have all those midfielders from Rosicky to all Fabregas dipping in with goals, and Odegaard's coming with a few free kicks, and they're fluttering, but we still need a couple more. You got to look at your Partey, you look at your any of the others you could just pick on, a Xhaka or whatever. Yeah, Xhaka's got the ability to stick one in. We've seen him stick a goal in, but again, has he been in positions where he could really do that more often? I think the way he's playing and the further forward he's playing, we could potentially get him in those areas that will actually get goals, but we just need to be a bit more direct and a bit more. Well, just get in there and just really just get the goals when they come, and just be a bit more deadly. I think across the whole, we still need 20 odd shots on goal to get 2 goals. It could have easily been 4 goals yesterday.
Yeah.
Had that offside goal gone in after about 12 minutes, and that was only by a heel or like a little misplaced foot. And that's again, this is where I find it just stupid. You just look. Look across it. If you can't see it directly without drawing lines, it's onside. You know what I mean? Just it's silly, but it was a great move, and then a lovely ball in, and then it should have been a goal in my eyes. But I don't make the rules.
Who was your man of the match? Who was your man of the match, Paul?
I thought that Odegaard played fantastic across the whole of the pitch, from winning the ball back to being out there and being just an outlet, moving into those channels to kind of pick up the ball. And he was just so busy. He was just busy everywhere, picking up the ball and moving it around. But there were some decent performances all over, to be honest.
Yeah.
The two youngsters, Saka and Smith-Rowe, really good, direct. Loved seeing them run with the ball. Smith-Rowe more than Saka, I think he had the better game out of them two. But then you still look at Ben White, and another commanding game. So just all across it, really, really good. But I just like the intent of the team, and we could all say it's only Brentford, but at the end of the day, we've got to come into those games like we need to get something done, and we come in with a plan and with an actual purpose to go and win it, and we did. But as I say, without those guys, then we would be mid-table. we would be mid-table, or we would again. But it's hard. You suddenly think, well, who then would come in if they weren't playing? But then, yeah, does that mean then someone else would step up and still do similar or near? I don't know. Yeah, it's all ifs and buts, but yeah, they've done fantastic. This is what I say about reliance too much on them.
Yeah,
this is where that summer is going to come in, and it's going to be really, really important for the club.
Yeah, John, who was your man of the match?
Yeah, I think Smith-Rowe, to be honest with you. It's quite an hard toss-up between him and Saka. But Smith-Rowe, thought it was a great goal, and he's just come back into the squad. He's done fantastic, you know. He just looked like a finished article, and hopefully he can stay like that. It was another performance all round where, you know, it was like a balanced performance. Everyone knew where everyone should be. Everyone did the right thing. To be honest, we should have won about 4-0. But, yeah, I'd say I'd go for Smith-Rowe. That was a brilliant performance by him and a lovely goal. Both goals were well taken. You know what I mean? Yeah. They weren't easy goals to do. They were very well taken. So he just edges it for me.
Yeah. For you, Isaac, man of the match?
Actually, I like it that the team is performing, and it is becoming extremely challenging for us to pick man of the match. Like everybody is picking his own man of the match. For me, it was Bukayo. That lad has been brilliant. It is great that the team is performing all over. We can see everybody is doing his job. So everybody deserves to be man of the match. Had Odegaard scored, had he got a goal, he could have been definitely my man of the match. But for this case, Bukayo becomes my man of the match.
Wow. Okay, cool. Well, Colin says his first goal was a beauty. Be fair now. Second moderator for the evening is Static. Says, hey, Alex and the panel, and good evening to you as well, Static. The symbol says, Colin, only at Arsenal can we win a game, but it's all overshadowed by a negative energy.
We're real positive, man. We're real positive. Not guilty. Not guilty.
We are positive, and actually, I heard that somewhere I read that actually the fans have had a great chemistry recently with the team. There is a great connection that we had lost some time ago. That chemistry has come strong. So I believe we are heading in the right direction. We are not gloomy. We would have taken a clean sheet, of course.
Yeah. Can't have it all.
No.
Assemble. There's one here for you, John. John, Aubameyang appears to have disrespected Arsenal, but did Arsenal respect Aubameyang? Look at how they handled the whole situation by mudslinging. Where has Arsenal's class gone, John?
Well, that whole affair was a shambles. We never know the full story, do we? We never. But you know, at the same time, Auba, he never showed up a lot of the time. As a professional, his job is just to turn up, put the ball in the net, not get involved with the politics of Arteta. There's paying fans out there, season ticket holders like Paul, that pay good money specifically to go and see Auba put the ball in the net. He didn't do that towards the end of his career at Arsenal. And, Arteta's the main man. He stood up to him, made his point clear. I think he's had 1,001 chances. If he can't turn up early for 350 grand a week, you're never going to turn up early. So, no, I'll take my hat off to Arteta for that, and I'll back him all the way. And I loved Aubameyang. So, football, he let the side down in my eyes.
What was that, Paul?
I was wondering who that player was. I'm sure we're going to clip it maybe afterwards. It was a new player we had. What was it, John?
What was that? Sorry.
What was his name?
Oh yeah, old Banger Yang. I'll call him old Banger Yang now. Old Banger Yang.
Yeah, no, I just add on to that. I just said about you just looked at the way he played towards the end, and you want to see him play with a smile on his face, but he just didn't look like he had that smile. He didn't seem like he was enjoying it. And when you come on a pitch and you just don't have proper emotion or a good kind of feeling about yourself, I'm not sure you're going to get the best out of what you're trying to achieve. So, yeah, I don't think there was a huge amount of mudslinging from Arsenal.
Yeah, but you know what, Paul? I'll be interested to know at what point did the relationship between him and Arteta kind of break down, because even during the pre-season, I mean, he couldn't score for love or money.
Yeah, well, again, it must be these little bits. I imagine the North London derby would have been one which was massive. I think in his eyes, and he was thinking about how he evolves the squad, and for your captain to turn up late for a North London derby it's unforgivable. I'd rate it as almost as bad as Xhaka.
Actually, I could say their relationship went south the moment we had Arteta saying, or the moment we had reports about Arteta asking if the captaincy was weighing down on him. That is the moment their relationship went south.
Well,
Didn't
get any better, did it?
The thing is history. So, or Banger Yang, move on, mate. You know, you're only as good as your last game, and he's gone now. Good luck at Barcelona and all that.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
You know, we don't need you no more, mate.
Yeah.
Actually, Alex, I could say it is a good thing he went to Barcelona, because this thing could have turned out to be the Ozil situation. It is a good thing he went early, so that we have pace. So that we have pace and we concentrate on winning games. It's a good thing he left early, despite the fact that we loved him. Yes, we loved him, and I didn't want it to go to a situation where it will divide the fan base, like the Ozil thing did divide the fan base. We need to be united more than ever. So Arteta won the battle. That is, he won the fight in the ring. So let's back him up. Let's see what he has got in him.
Period. John, here's a question for you. How many Arsenal players will get into the West Ham team?
All of them. and if they can kick cats, they're getting it. No problem.
What about you, Paul? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that West Ham would struggle to get a couple of players in that team. I don't know who they are either.
Yeah, like Ashley says, West Ham, who are they?
Stratford Rovers.
West who?
How many of their players would get in
that? Exactly. That should be the question.
You know what I mean?
I'll take Declan Rice.
Yeah.
I'll only take Declan.
Yeah, just him.
Yeah, just him.
Yeah,
nobody
just
else.
him.
Nobody else.
No,
question: does anyone on the panel believe that Partey and Xhaka make the team structure more fluid? Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've said a long time. I said, well, when Arsenal don't play with Xhaka, I just put him in as that link player, where he picks up the ball, he can move the ball around, he's got a good range of passing. Yes, when a Partey or he's playing with another, I'm talking Lokonga or anyone else, he tends to play a little bit deeper. Certainly last season, he's playing in that role where he'd take in the space of Tierney on the left, and he kind of done that a little bit on Saturday, where he'd pick up those little spaces on the left. But he'd just be linking up the play. And yeah, he's not the quickest. We're not talking that he's going to be bombing around and darting around everywhere, but he's there to recycle the ball, move the ball forward, and give us possession, and he is a stable player in the middle. Yeah, not the Rolls Royce, but he's what we've got, and that's it. But I think it's looking like it's working better now that Partey looks to be being used as that anchor rather than Xhaka being a little bit further forward. So so I think they're a little bit more fluid.
John, you've got a smile on your face. Hi, chaps. Are we trusting the process, John?
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Yeah, yeah. We've got no choice. What choice have we got, man? We want top 4. We've just got to get behind Arteta and hope for the best. And the boys can do it. You know, this is our team. Forget about Arteta in, Arteta out. Tackle all that lot. We've all got to get behind this team 100%. And trust his process. Let's see what happens. It's in Arsenal's hands, you know. There's no reason why they can't get a top 4 spot. At a push, they mightn't get a top 3, but realistic proposition to come in a Champions League spot now and then go from there. I know it's a hell of a long way to go, you know what I mean? But we've got to trust the process. You know, my views on it are irrelevant. I'm just trusting him now.
Yeah. Isaac, are we trusting the process? Oh, Isaac?
Thinking about it.
I have an issue with my mic. I'm trying to sort it out.
Okay.
I know you can actually hear me, but I can't hear you clearly, so that is what I'm trying to sort out over here.
Right, can you hear me now, Isaac? No, you can't hear. Isaac. All right, Paul. Yeah, are we trusting the process?
Yeah. God, I think we have to be. Just look at what's happened with Man United. Let's look at, say, even the process at Tottenham. How they've gone from their golden generation to and how they've lost their golden generation and still won nothing. And then they get a good way down the road and then suddenly go 3 steps back by getting rid of a manager. And yeah, I don't know. I see us building for the future, and we've brought these players in, and then we then get rid of him, say, next year. We've then got a new manager coming in who's then got his own ideas, wants to then bring in more players, which then sets the whole kind of thing backwards again. And then there's another kind of period of where do we go, or yeah, you know what I mean, who do we get in? And it just becomes a circle, and we end up being caught up in that circle where there's no continuity and there's no way forward. So I think keeping him in, and like I say, I think he needs to go for another 4 transfer windows, and then once we've done that, we've got a good reason to then say, right, it's working or it's not working. If we're suddenly saying, right, okay, now, this is what I say about the contract side we had a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, get him tied up. I think it's 18 months now. It's for about just under 18 months.
Yeah.
So get him in for whatever. If you need, just sign him up for another 2-year contract or whatever. Get a 2-year contract that seals him up for that little period. Then see where you're at right at that point. That'll take him on to about 5 years, 4 or 5 years, I think, in the job. Klopp had that. Let's see where we are at that point.
All right, okay. Isaac, can you hear us now? He can't hear. Oh, now you're on mute. Can't hear you. Can't hear. No. Anyway, DWTT has just entered the building as we're about to wrap it up. Good evening, Canon Foyer panel and the chat room. Can I get again? You don't have to give me a prediction if you don't want to for the Thursday return against the Wolf Pack. John, do you want to give us a prediction, or would you rather?
2-0, and let's go for Lacazette getting a brace, eh?
Yeah.
And if one hits him on the back, he might get an hat trick.
You can hear me now, Alex.
We can hear you now.
There's someone who's been trying to call me. I'm over my phone, so when they call me, they disrupt my speaker and my headphones.
All right. Okay. We'll sort them out for you. We're just talking about predictions for the game on Thursday. Would you like to give me a prediction, Isaac?
Yeah, we are going to do a double over Wolves. We do our business on Thursdays, so we'll do a 1-0.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we do our business with Wolves. We do them on Thursdays. They have become a challenge for us to play them on weekends, but on Thursdays we smash them.
And last but not least, Paul, prediction.
Yeah, what 1-0 would be? I'd take 10 1-0s all the way through now, and that would really do me happy.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
But yeah, just to make it a bit comfortable, I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal. All right, lovely jubbly. Do you know what? We've come to an end on this particular Canon project, and I've got to say, listen, the crazy gang, wonderful stuff. John Nagisa, thank you so very much for coming back onto the platform. I've got a funny feeling we might be needing your assistance for the Easy Talk on Friday if you are available, but we can talk about that. Brother Isaac, thank you so very much.
Yeah, I always complete hat tricks. Actually, I'm going to give a big shout out to a friend of mine who I sent a link to watch this live stream. There are two friends. There is one who's Ingalia, and there is one Emmanuel. So if they are watching, you much appreciate it.
Yeah, likewise. And last but not least, to Paul in the North Bank. Send me the link, Paul.
I will do. Yeah. I'll get it done. No,
With the North Bank, with the North Bank,
Funny enough, I didn't really get out on Saturday. Actually, one of the only chances I never actually kind of hit it. Always enjoy that.
That was the main one in the day.
Yeah, I know what it normally is. It's just like, don't know.
Those days are gone now. Anyway, guys, thank you for that. I will hopefully be back tomorrow morning, giving some more live news. What am I going to talk about? Oh, it'll be about Arsenal, of course. Nobody else. It'll be about West Ham, will it? Or Denmark down the road. It'll be about Arsenal. Yeah, until then, enjoy your evening. And you have been listening to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Come on, you guys. Come on, get it.